be equally outstanding against a good offensive club here this afternoon.
First pitch strike. That's something he did a lot against the Dodgers. We're underway at Chase Field, and certainly glad you're spending some time with us this afternoon.
A little crisp today, isn't it, Ken?
It is. It is. These Cardinals are heading back to Chicago after this game. Have a little bit of a lake effect feel to this day. Is that one on the ground? Tracy back a step and to the bag and in time for the out. Skip Schumacher is erased. Batting average still about 300 on the season. Defensively, you'll be busy if you're on the infield, but the outfield is Jackson, Young, and Upton. The infield, Reynolds, Drew, Lopez, really rolling offensively, and Tracy. John Garland works with Chris Snyder. That pitch dives low to Colby Erasmus. 1-0 the count.
You see Garland have with that late movement already. Down and away from the left-handers, working on the cut fastball to stay inside on him. And you see the late movement again, that time out of the zone.
Everything's late, and it's not huge, the movement. It's not a ton of movement like a Brandon Webb.
Subtle, if you will.
A jump in, a jump away as that one grabs the outside corner. 2-1 the count. He will cut the ball, run it in. Use the pressure with the middle finger to get the ball to run into a lefty. And, of course, naturally it does, as Gracie said, dive away from a lefty. As that one is lifted down the left field line and into the seats it goes amongst the crowd. Still making their way in. If you're in the neighborhood within a half-hour drive or so, come on down and see us. We'd love to have you here. Some folks making the late decision. If you're watching from your office, sneak on out.
Come on over. We'll cover for you.
Say, hang on, I got to run and get something, and just go home after the game then. That one is inside. 3-2 the count to Rasmus, 22 years old, a young man that a first pick overall of the Cardinals back in '05. Youngest player on an opening day roster since Pujols debuted in 2001 at 21 years old as he fouls that one off. And obviously you're doing things right, Mark Grace. If you have the youth and you don't have the experience, and Tony La Russa, who is a veteran guy, believes in you enough to put you in the lineup as Pujols looks on.
Well, Tony La Russa is not going to the Hall of Fame because he's dumb. He's going to play his best 9, and right now that includes Rasmus.
Certainly a nice start again for La Russa's club.
You think they're going to make a run this year? You think they can win that Central Division, or you think the Cubs are too mighty? What do you think?
I think the St. Louis Cardinals can hang in there this year.
I agree with you.
I really do.
Wholeheartedly.
Lifted, left field. The wind plays some tricks with it a bit, but Connor Jackson onto the track is there to make the play. Boy, he put a nice pass on that baseball. Went further than I thought it would.
He hit it very hard, but he hit it right at Connor Jackson. Going to get a lot of sun and shade today with the clouds blowing quickly by. Blustery, if you will.
Albert Pujols 3 for 9 in this series. Key RBI late to tie this ball game up last night. The reigning most valuable player in the National League, and deservedly so. Kept his team in the race last year. That one is a mile high left. Just a little bit down off the end of the bat. Connor puts it away.
Missed another one.
1, 2, 3. Woo.
base. Doggone it. I did that last night, too. I wouldn't try that again.
Just the fourth plate appearance, Pujols against Garland, and he is 0 for 4 against John Garland. That doesn't happen very often. Felipe Lopez to lead things off, and the first pitch from Pinheiro runs high. Lopez, Jackson, and Drew will set the entire lineup for you momentarily. Pinheiro very good in beating the Astros in his first start of the year. And in some ways, stuff-wise, similar to Garland, you'll get downward movement. When he's right, he's a big-time ground ball pitcher. On the ground, into center field, Felipe Lopez is white hot. Quickly, let's take a look at the lineup for the Diamondbacks, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. I'm going to talk more about that second baseman at the top of the order. Connor in that 2 spot. Good spot for Connor Jackson. Then it's Drew, Tracy, Reynolds, Young, Upton, Snyder, and Garland again. Southwest Airlines. Those two together can talk hitting. They also can talk friendships. Those two really struck up a fast friendship when they were teammates last year. As a matter of fact, they vacationed together this winter. Lopez and his family, Albert and his family, spent some time together. And talking with Felipe this morning, he said, Albert Pujols, what I learned from him, he doesn't waste 1 minute of one day when he is at the ballpark preparing to play baseball. What a compliment. Doesn't waste 1 minute of one day.
He's great for a reason. He's naturally talented, and he works at it. If you're thinking hit and run, Darren, you're thinking right along with me. Connor Jackson, probably the best hit and run guy in the Diamondbacks lineup. I like Connor Jackson in the 2-hole. Can he hit in the middle of the order? Can he drive it, be an RBI guy? Sure. But he likes to hit the ball the other way. He can use the whole field, doesn't swing and miss much. And you stay out of double plays when you hit.
Runner was staying put, and instead it's a 5-4-3 double play. The Cardinals defense going to work. Let's take a look at that defense. Chris Duncan, Colby Rasmus, Ryan Ludwig back in there. Thurston, Green, Schumacher, and the Gold Glover Pujols at first. Another Gold Glover behind home plate. Yadier Molina catches Joel Pinheiro. Here's Stephen Drew. 0-1 the count to Steven. Yeah, Lopez has yet to turn loose the Jets on those shoes with regard to stealing bases and running, and that time he wasn't turned loose, as you said, on a hit and run. And a guy who, well, Mark Grayson, his last outing, a win, he rolled up 17 ground ball outs and just 2 outs in the air.
Well, there you have it. If you just drop anchor at first, you're just asking your hitters to hit the double plays and sit out to center. And a nice play there by the youngster Rasmus.
Power Sports certainly appreciate their support all season long. Just beyond Justin Upton, a great place to enjoy a ball game and a great partner to work with. We will be, by the way, televising from the pool next Tuesday and heading out there and enjoying the vistas of the Ride Now Power Sports pool, where it's a little bit more of a sweater or a jacket day poolside, but that's all right. Ryan Ludwig, Mark Reynolds across the diamond, and one out. All right, Mark Grace.
Yes, sir.
Let's take a look at our key to the game. Brown and Power Chevy dealers bring it to you. Now, Sanford and Son.
You liked 70s comedy, didn't you?
Yeah.
Well, what was the business that Fred Sanford and his son Lamont, what business were they in?
Well, junk or salvage.
Yeah, junk. Salvage. It was Sanford and Son Salvage,
Salvage,
right?
yes.
Put it together. You got to salvage this homestand.
Oh.
You know, you got a big win last night. You yanked one. Yeah, there they are. There's Esther. And I forgot the fellow on the right snap. Grady. Remember Grady?
I do. There's Duncan with a single after Ludwig is erased on a ground out. I think that is a fabulous.
Well, thank you. And, you know, I think anybody in the Diamondbacks dugout will tell you they're disappointed in this homestand. They would have liked to have done a little better. But if you can get this thing to 4 wins after a big win last night, you certainly climb a rung. So Sanford and Son.
The young guns gathered on the top step of the dugout. That man still is just 29 years old. You think about what Garland has accomplished in his career, and he's not 30 yet. Good sink on that fastball. Here's a guy that has made 256 Major League starts, has 107 victories. He's an all-star. He's a world champ, and he's not 30 yet.
Just kind of been under the radar. Always been like a quote-unquote number 3, 4 guy. Never considered really an ace. But he's been awfully dependable. And a lot of pitching coaches will tell you, that's an ace.
Looking for a ground ball, get his team back in the dugout. He got the ground ball, but it's pulled and it's foul off the bat of Khalil Green.
Well, that fastball had some teeth, just biting in on Khalil Green.
Last 5 seasons, Garland finds himself in the top 10 in Major League Baseball. He's rolled up more than 100 double plays during that time. 25 of them last year. Little bend to that one.
Good 0-2 pitch. Slider down and away.
And the count is 1-2. He'll throw a changeup as well. Obviously, Duncan not a threat to go, but always a good time to point out what a job Garland has done in his career in holding base runners. Nearly 49% of them thrown out when he's pitching. And he's a right-hand. Bouncing ball, is this 2? It's bobbled. It's only 1. Did they have a shot at second base if he fields it cleanly?
Oh, I think.
Slow roller and all?
I think they would have definitely been able to get the force out had he fielded it cleanly. But to his credit, he stayed with it, didn't panic, and took the out. Oh, yeah, he would have definitely had to play at second, but once it was bobbled, still takes a base hit to beat you here.
Yadier Molina doubled in a couple of runs last night with an incredible at bat. As he battled and just took Max Scherzer to task. And then in the 4th inning, he doubled in a couple of runs. That was, for me, one of the finest at bats we've seen on the year by any player.
I was very impressed with Scherzer's first outing of the year.
Looked solid, didn't he?
Commanded the strike zone pretty well. Had a 3-run inning where he had about a 3 or 4 batter streak where things got a little out of hand, but then he righted the ship. Did a good job for his teammates and Bob Melvin, I thought.
and was a little bit more efficient. Bob talked about that. I mean, Melvin making the move offensively, really. I mean, he hit for Max and Mark Reynolds homer. The team had been struggling, eventually won the game. But he had worked himself into a pitch situation, 83, where he was all right to go another inning or two. And that's what you want. And that's something that he has struggled with. A lot of power pitchers do. Fooled him there.
Just reared back, threw some gas right by him on the outside corner.
But the reason Max a little bit more efficient, more ground balls, using that two-seamer, pitching to contact. He still pitches to strike you out. I mean, you can sense that. But when you're around the plate enough and get a little bit of movement, you'll get some help as well.
Another good pitch with some teeth. That one ate up Molina. Back-to-back pitches now, Darren. One in the outside corner for a strike and one in the inside corner for a strike.
1-2 the count on Yadier Molina. 1 for 3 in this series. Played for Puerto Rico in the World Baseball Classic. And boy, is he in the back of the batter's box. Breaking ball, dives down and away. Yeah, to finish the thought on Max Scherzer and his effectiveness and his efficiency. Actually, it was just that fourth inning when Molina doubled in a couple of runs. When he threw 26 pitches. Otherwise, it was 12 and 14 and 12, and then his final inning was 19. He really, you can see, has grown in that area. Look forward to seeing him pitch again Sunday against Randy Johnson.
Out with the old, in with the new.
As Randy has battled again this year to earn win number 296. Wouldn't it be ironic if that man could earn win number 1 in the major leagues and denying Randy win number 296?
I think yes, it would be ironic.
It's going to be a fun weekend. Some fun matchups. Some matchups that tie into the Diamondbacks. And
oh, Darren, I love it when you rub it in when I can't make it.
So really, we're going to all spend a lot of time together, fans. You and I this weekend.
Matt Williams.
Can't wait to see you guys. The 2-2 pitch with 2 outs. Here he goes again, by the way. Another at bat, trying to work himself into driving in a run. Miller Lite, the weekend. The weekend sans grace, we're calling it. It's Heron against Sanchez. We'll have that one for you. We're not on television with Doug Davis against Tim Lincecum, and then Max Scherzer against Randy Johnson on Sunday. So on Saturday, listen on the radio for that game, but also watch Mark Grace on network television. See how I pay you back there?
Thank you very much, Dan. Taking good care of me. Look at this guy battle.
Pain in the side, isn't he?
Battle.
Now, heading to San Francisco, older brother, exactly the same. Now, very different type players in some ways, but in this way, they're exactly the same. Good to see Scott Snyder has attended the game today, looking on.
Always good to see Scott. Yeah, there he is.
He's excited for that trip.
Braving the elements.
Full count, 2 outs. Pitch number 9 about to come home in this at bat. Thurston waiting on deck. Now time is called. He steps out. 5 consecutive season openers started by the youngest of the Molina brothers. And the last Cardinal to do that was Darryl Porter back in 1981 through 85.
The late Darryl Porter.
And I think that makes you a franchise catcher if they're comparing you to Darryl Porter.
You're right.
The Diamondbacks backstop finishes his conversation. Snyder with Garland.
Yeah, I think they're trying to figure out, what do you want to do with this guy? Everything I throw, he's fouling off.
Again, Molina delivers on the ground into center field. Out of respect, I took a minute or two to go shake his hand for the battle that he put on the Diamondbacks last night. I won't have a chance, but certainly would have the desire to. Another incredible at bat.
Yeah, slider hangs up in the zone. He rips it back up the middle, and the bobble by Stephen Drew that he couldn't get the force play comes back to bite the Diamondbacks. Just little bitty things that don't show up, Darren Sutton. The Cardinals make you pay. That's the sign of a great ball club. Give them 1 inch, and they hurt you. How about that at bat again by Molina? Well, a very generous strike there to jump ahead 0-1.
Give them an inch and they take a mile, and this is what you're talking about.
There you have it.
Hot shot. I'd like to read for you an old scouting report on Yadier Molina.
Okay.
First year and a half in the big leagues. And I laugh at this now. Molina's plate discipline could still stand improvement. It's getting better. He strikes out too much because of that long swing.
Who was that scout?
Early on, that's accurate. That's how much better he's got. More walks than strikeouts last year. In on the hands. And the bottom line is, when you get on the plane to go to San Francisco, Big Brother is waiting. He's waiting to do this. Just did.
I just did myself.
For the Connor Jackson home run.
You and I agree.
So let me change that since we agree. As that is 0-1 to Chad Tracy.
Connor's hair is starting to grow back a little bit now, isn't it?
Well, he had to have it evened out after he cut it himself in spring training. Professionally evened out, so it's now growing back a little bit. Pretty good pitch. 1-1 the count. Chad, 7 hits this year, hitting .292, on base percentage of .308. In the midst of a humble, albeit he'll take it, 3-game hitting streak, as that one is belted. That hitting streak just went to 4. As that one bounds around in the corner, up and over the wall, it's a ground rule double. An extra base hit for Chad Tracy.
Well, Chad Tracy healthy this year. Swinging the bat with some more authority with his legs underneath him, the knees healthy. Stays back beautifully. Good level swing on it, just drills it down the right field line for a ground rule double. Good to see the fans getting so excited over that.
Well, that's some linen table dining, my friend. You have to be careful.
That's very true.
Those are my folks out there.
Oh, yes. That's your pass list out there with the... Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be terrible to call a game from there, wouldn't it? No.
The baked Alaska. Crab puffs.
In on the hands, fly ball, center field. Tracy tagging, heading to third. There's the throw, not in time. How about that aggressive base runner?
I think you have to, Dan. Throw last night away. You know, still struggling to score some runs. They appealed at second base. I thought Chad Tracy was close there as far as leaving early, but nothing doing. It counts. And I like that Chad Tracy did that. Takes a perfect throw to get you. Chad Tracy not the fastest guy on the team at all. I love the fact that you're aggressive right there. Give your teammate Chris Young an opportunity and end up being a productive out for Mark Reynolds.
You make a good point, though. A teammate really getting the assist and making it a productive out. Trying to bunt for a base hit, Chris Young. And he fouls that one off. Chris started the year 1 for 12. Since then has 6 hits in his last 19 at bats.
You can tell when you see Chris Young trying to push a bunt with a guy on third and less than 2 out, that kind of tells me that he's not real positive about this at bat. Hadn't been feeling too good in the box lately. Chris Young's usually a guy that says, man, let me swing the bat and drive this run in.
On the outside corner, good slider, grabs the black of the plate.
It looked like it was about 6 inches off the black, but he got it. Now he's in an 0-2 hole.
You have that one outside, do you?
By about 6 inches, yeah.
Okay.
Can you tell I was a hitter?
Yes, I can.
Let's see if Chris
and
can
a very
find
good
a way
one
to make contact here.
The 0-2. Inside corner, that's strike 3. Outside with a slider, inside with a fastball. Let's see how much of the wide of the plate, if any, it got.
Right fielder number 42, Justin Upton.
Coming on the air, we talked about Justin Upton and how a man, albeit 1 for 16 to start the year, showed some signs of life of breaking out of this early season slump last night. Takes that pitch. 1-0 the count. His single in the 10th inning snapped an 0 for 15 out of the gates.
Let's see if he can carry over the momentum.
Waves at that pitch away. 1-1 the count.
Almost like a cut fastball, wasn't it, Darren?
Mm-hmm. Pinheiro in his career has made 4 appearances and 2 starts against the Diamondbacks. He's 1-0 with a 3.71 ERA. Pitched against them twice last year. Nice job.
Beautiful block. Not only the good offensive player, but he's a backstop behind the plate. Bounce one, not a problem. That one almost snuck through, but he slammed the door.
Thirty-year-old right-hander of Rio Piedras in Puerto Rico deals the 2-1 away. And the count 3-1 to Justin Upton.
Chris Snyder's on deck in case of ball 4. See if Justin can pick out something to his liking. Put one of those Justin Upton rockets that we've seen the last couple of years. Well, he took it for ball 4. Good at bat again. It's about 3-4 good at bats in a row for young Justin.
So he earns the walk. Batting average stays put, on base percentage on the rise, and the key is he didn't wave at any of those tantalizing pitches out of the zone that he was certainly waving at a week ago. And here's Chris Snyder. Chris 2 for 16 to start the season with 1 RBI. The outside corner, 0-1 the count to Chris. Six starts behind home plate, now 7 this year. He had 106 starts behind home plate last year. The bluff, nothing doing there. Diamondbacks will actually enjoy an off day tomorrow. We use that day to travel to San Francisco. St. Louis Cardinals, they head to Chicago, and they get it going against the Chicago Cubs.
Always a big series, Cubs Cardinals. Pretty good pitch there by Pinheiro, didn't get the call. So it's 2-1. I'm sorry, 1-1.
Is that your game, by the way, the Cubs and Cardinals?
I'll be doing that one Saturday, yes. With our old pal Tom Brenneman. Should be balmy in Chicago.
You know your way around that ballpark all right?
A little bit.
All right. Swing and a miss. A 1-1 slider, 1-2 the count. Runners on first and third. Cardinals lead at 1-0 on Yadier Molina's RBI. Let's watch Molina, see where he sets up here. Taking a look at the bluff, Justin Upton, nothing doing. Cardinals and LaRusse are worried Upton might try to steal a run. He'll take off, then Tracy right behind. And again.
Uncle Carr. Let's go. Let's play baseball. It's getaway day. Planes to catch. Yeah, boo! Wow. Atta boy. Let him have it. Uncle. Let's play baseball.
I'd like to see that move again. Let's see. The 1-2. Here it comes. Outside. 2-2 the count. Pinheiro began his career with Seattle. A couple of stops with Boston and St. Louis in 07. As Snyder gives that one a right field. Duncan is there, and he puts it away. Diamondbacks come up empty.
But we're hard at work, and we're going to make sure that the academies we have built in Compton and Houston and everywhere else are going to help us. And the RBI program has 130,000 kids playing. So we will, we're making great progress on that score.
Welcome back to the ballpark. Mark McClune joined by special guest John Young, in charge of the RBI program since 1989 when it started here on Jackie Robinson Day. How's the RBI program doing?
Outstanding. You know, we've been going for 20 years. We've got a new initiative. RBI starts at 13 through 18, and we're starting youngers with the junior RBI program in 16 markets. So Major League Baseball is really encouraged about getting more kids playing baseball in the inner cities.
We've seen numbers. We've heard the stories about the numbers dipping of the kids playing in the inner cities. What has been some signs that it's maybe coming back?
I think there's more people that are involved with it. I think there's more resources available financially to help the kids make the sport affordable. And just people are just really on their jobs trying to get kids, reach out to kids and get them to play baseball more.
And you yourself broke in 1971 with the Detroit Tigers. What did Jackie Robinson mean to you?
Well, first of all, if it wasn't for Jackie Robinson, I probably wouldn't have had the opportunity to play Major League Baseball. But just his courage and what he went through and his integrity is just something that it's just been so special to me. And for me to be honored on Jackie Robinson Day, to be associated with Jackie Robinson, is the greatest honor I could ever receive.
And how was the arm thrown out the first pitch?
Well, I'll tell you, not like it used to be. Not like it used to be. Very tough, very tough.
Well, you're a busy man doing a lot of great work. We appreciate you joining us here and letting us honor you on this great day.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here, and I just want to thank Derek Hall and all the Diamondbacks for this fantastic honor.
All right. That's John Young, the RBI Foundation. Let's kick it back to the booth.
And here is that first pitch. Great interview. Thank you, Big Mac down there. We appreciate it. And
crafty lefty.
An honor to John Young, certainly deserved, as he threw out that first pitch. A walk to the pitcher to start the inning. That'll have you kicking yourself if you're John Garland. And that one dives down and away. Diamondbacks giving $4,200 into the RBI program today. Some interesting numbers with regard to studies out of the University of Central Florida's Institute for Diversity and Ethics in Sports. They say step off because that was unbelievable. A huge jump by Joel Pinheiro and a stolen base.
Well, Tony LaRusse has got to be one of those guys you just love playing for. Yadier Molina stealing bases yesterday. Now the pitcher stealing bases. Joel Pinheiro. Just doesn't matter. He's going to play to beat you. He's not going to play the percentages per se. Look at that right there. That's doing it. You know, that last inning, Diamondbacks got a guy on third. You know, you had some aggressive base running from Chad Tracy. Ended up squandering that run. This is just another one of those opportunities here that these Cardinals look to capitalize on. It's just been an impressive series these Cardinals throw at you offensively.
Last night you had Yadier Molina with his 4th career stolen base and his first in 2 seasons. That's Joel Pinheiro's first ever stolen base in the major leagues.
You got to have the guts to try it. I love it.
And a man who has spent very successfully his entire career in the American League. And I just gave you the numbers, Gracie. Nearly half the runners that attempt to steal with Garland on the mound are thrown out. A man who has dealt with designated hitters and not pitchers, maybe let that pitcher slide a bit, and he took advantage of it.
Yeah, he just went while he was still set, stole it easily. If you're not going to pay attention, I'm going to take it.
Changeup dives down and away.
Part of being an athletic pitcher. Well, that's a this could be an extra run for you to protect. Oh, what a heck of a pitch there.
Infield creeps in. about halfway in the middle of the diamond and almost all the way up on the corners.
Needing to strike out badly here.
And this is a pitch to contact pitcher too. And there is contact. Lifted deep left field. Connor Jackson looks up. It's high off the wall. That is in successive at bats twice that Colby Rasmus has crushed the baseball to left. He was retired in the first. He was not retired that time. And just like that, the Cardinals now lead it 2-0.
Just winning baseball.
And it all started with a walk to the pitcher.
Walk to the pitcher, and these guys make you pay. Where the Diamondbacks couldn't cash in with a runner on third in less than 2, these Cardinals go off the wall. They weren't trying to bunt the guy in. They're banging.
Speaking of, here is Albert Pujols. And we talked about it with Orlando Hudson and Manny Ramirez. Orlando this year hitting in front of Manny. If you're Colby Rasmus, you're going to get a lot of pitches to hit with Albert behind you. One thing to get him. It's another thing I think Mark Grace to be 22 years old and to know how to take advantage. That's a credit to Rasmus. And now Snyder wants to head out and talk with John Garland. Albert Pujols, what a day he had against the Houston Astros on Saturday. Multi-home run game, including a grand slam. 7 RBIs. They got Roy Oswalt into Big Mac land. And lined another one out. Folks, that one got out.
Look out. Yeah, he had. And you can see Chris Snyder sitting a 1.5 feet off the plate. Yeah, now they're just getting, yeah, you got a base open. You've got Ludwig on deck, who's having a terrific year, yeah, but you can't let Albert Pujols beat you here. You just can't. This is a good move by Bob Melvin.
And they will put him on. He knows how that works, does Pujols, with runners in scoring position this year. He's on base plus his slugging, nearly 3,000 to start the year. Number 1 in the National League. Silly numbers. Connor Jackson 5th on that list, by the way. But well deserved, and so are these type of votes and honors. Well deserved as well. Remember 01, 2, 3. Those were the years of Barry Bonds.
Oh, yeah.
When everybody said, if it weren't for Barry, it would be Albert. Well, imagine if it weren't for Barry, he'd be about a 4 or 5-time MVP, Albert Pujols. And he certainly is an all-star many times over, and will be an all-star in his own ballpark this year.
Now Garland looking for a ground ball. Get out of this inning with a double play. Keep his team in striking distance.
A year for the ages for Ryan Ludwig last year. Ludwig had the night off last night. Homered on opening day, had a couple of hits. He is, a matter of fact, Ludwig, when you see those numbers, if you include last year, he's in the middle of a 17-game hitting streak carried into this year. Wasn't called upon to pinch hit at all last night.
He was not even. His number was not called last night.
Brendan Ryan struck out. He was a pinch hitter against Chad Qualls on 3 pitches after Pujols had tied the game.
Yeah, with the bases loaded in a tie ball game.
And he was an all-star last year, was Ludwig. One ball, 1 strike the count. 2-0, the Cardinals lead it. Just off the plate, cut fastball. 2-1. Ludwig certainly a help in the big leagues for rosters that he joined in Cleveland and Texas. but never anything matching what he did last year.
Oh, not even close.
Line drive, broke his bat. It dies in left field. They're sending the runner on around. It is 3-0, St. Louis. It wasn't pretty, but it was an RBI, and that's what these Cardinals do this year.
And they just hit with runners in scoring position, and a ball right down the middle. It gets in on Ludwig, but he's a strong young man. He fights it off, gets it out there into left field, and another run for these Cardinals. Just a very impressive offensive display here in this series.
Well, you showed that location, Mark Grayson, and obviously for a pitcher like Garland, a guy that's less than 5 strikeouts per 9 in his career, he's got to be picture perfect with regard to his command. He can't be up. He's not a strikeout pitcher, and in these situations, sometimes when he needs a strikeout, that's not his specialty.
Yeah, but he can still get a ground ball.
You bet.
And by being down in the zone, that's his MO. He gets the ground ball. But if he goes thigh high or belt high, those balls are swatted into the outfield for singles and doubles.
Three to nothing Cardinals. Here is Chris Duncan. Belts that one into right center field gap. That one is down and will roll all the way to the wall. 1 run is in. Right behind is Ludwig. It is 5-0 St. Louis Cardinals. Chris Duncan, 7 RBIs this year.
That looked like a changeup, and it was up again. Belt high. Outer third. Duncan just blisters it into the gap. Bang. Any mistake you make, boy, these guys are making you pay. Garland's made a handful, and because of that, he's given up a handful of runs.
Leo Green on the ground to Stephen Drew. Looks the runner back and throws in time. So Green has grounded out to short a couple of times. The 8th Cardinal to hit is Yadier Molina. And a big inning.
All started with a leadoff walk to the opposing pitcher, Joel Pinheiro. And that was just the chum in the water for these Cardinal piranhas.
Oh, and 1 the count. Interesting there. Garland throws a pitch. Not fouled off. Molina says, take a look at that baseball. And they did. Just a regular Garland pitch. Let's just let him work out there, folks. 1-1 the count.
I actually faced John Garland when he was a youngster with the White Sox. And I would have sworn to you that was some funny business going on with that baseball. But I had it checked, and the umpire said, no, it's normal.
So you join Molina. You understand.
I smelled a rat.
What a compliment to a pitcher, though.
Absolutely.
Been a tough outing this afternoon so far, but what a compliment, no doubt about that. Three and 1 the count.
It almost looks like he's pitching around Molina. Take his chances with Thurston on deck. Because Molina just put such an at-bat on him his first go-round, drove in the first run of the ball game. Good pitch there.
Talking about those strikeouts, his ability to cut down on those strikeouts. Really throughout his career, he's done a nice job. Last year, Yadier Molina walked 32 times and struck out 29 times. Never really been a big strikeout guy. The most he's ever struck out in a major league season is 43 times. Line drive, base hit, right field. They're going to challenge the arm of Upton. He comes up firing to the plate. Snyder can't hold on. Safe at the plate. We showed you the two beautiful throws from Justin Upton last night in the 9th inning.
And another one there. Snyder couldn't come up with it, though. Fastball down the middle. Molina. And watch this throw right on the button. Short hops. And another run for these Redbirds. Well, they are just cashing in. Runners in scoring position. So impressive.
The 9th Cardinal to hit. Here in the 3rd inning.
See, I thought they were going to pitch around Yadier Molina there. Instead, a 3-2 fastball right down the middle, and Molina says, thank you so much.
St. Louis, 6 runs, 6 hits, and no errors. They have only stranded 1. They're not in the business of stranding base runners, though. As that one is low. The Diamondbacks, no runs on 2 hits with no errors. They have stranded a pair. John Garland with 60 pitches. Yusmeiro Petit begins playing catch in the bullpen for the Diamondbacks. That pitch dives down and in. 2-1 the count. Joe Thurston in the box gives me a chance to finish my thought from early on about recent research. On this Jackie Robinson Day, the percentage of African American players in the major leagues increased to 10.2% last year, the first rise since the 1995 season. And kudos to you, Mr. Young, and all your efforts in Major League Baseball, as the count is 3-1. Tony Clark, certainly some insightful things to say before we came on the air today. Six to nothing.
Joe Thurston here on a 3-1 count. Darren likes to call him Joe Ballgame.
His old teammates called him. I'm glad you mentioned that. Well, they did.
Now you're wondering if that's going to be all for John Garland or not.
Pitcher Joel Pinheiro.
Hey, don't forget, by the way, the All-Star game right here at Chase Field in 2011. Full-time season ticket holders will have the best opportunity to purchase All-Star summer packages. Buy season tickets today by calling 602-462-4600 or visit us online at dbacks.com. All right.
How we looking?
0-1 the count to Joel Pinheiro. The 10th batter to hit in this inning for the Cardinals. Here we go. A walk and a stolen base to Pinheiro is what started it all.
The opposing pitcher, that is.
Oh, 0-1 the count. Little chopper out to Stephen Drew. Gloves it and throws in time for the out. The Cardinals unveiled the steamroller this inning, and it works just fine. Power Chevy dealers in the Valley. Power Arrowhead, Brown & Brown, and Power Chevy. Superstition Springs, Embach. Triple hops brewed Miller Lite. Great taste, less filler. Want to remind you about our good friends from Taco Bell. And, of course, the big reminder is anytime the D-backs score 6 runs or more, Taco Bell is giving away 3 free tacos with the purchase of a large drink between 4 and 6 the following day, 4 and 6 p.m.
Well, now it's important if you're Joel Pinheiro, your team just went out and got you 5 runs. If you come out and slam the door, you really make it tough.
Nice job. Yeah, nice job in the sense, too, Gracie, knowing who's running, setting yourself. Fabulous job by Khalil Green there.
Second baseman, Felipe Lopez.
Effort there, sets himself, strong throw across the diamond to get Garland by a step.
Here's Felipe Lopez. He singled in the first inning. Felipe now has 8 hits in his last 15 at bats. Ranking ball, strike 1.
Yeah, this is one guy that you can certainly say he's been locked in. He's getting some breaking balls.
Felipe, long before any of us knew him, had Arizona ties. His uncle Roberto was on his way to play AAA baseball in the late 90s for the Brewers Club in Tucson at the time in 1997. As that one bounces in there. And instead his uncle put his professional baseball career aside to come and essentially raise Felipe. Did not make it to Tucson, came and taught him baseball, attending school, staying out of trouble. And that's the kind of guy that Felipe has. So certainly the name of Roberto, a big part of his life, a man who was on his way to Tucson but never made it.
Thank goodness for that.
2-2. Pretty swing as he surged that one to the left center field. It was all the way to the wall. Lopez hustling on around. Another extra base hit for Felipe Lopez. His 4th double of the year, and that average continues to climb.
That's just a thing of beauty right there. A fastball tailing away. Felipe Lopez just puts a quick short swing on it. Boy, you can learn a lot right there. You don't have to swing hard, Darren Sutton, to hit the ball hard. A nice short quick swing. We've seen it from a lot of these Cardinal hitters. We've seen it from Felipe Lopez. You don't have to swing hard to hit it hard.
0-1 the count to Connor Jackson. Snapped a homerless skid to last July last night.
Well, the good news, if there is good news when you're down 6-0, Darren, is there's still a lot of ball game left. You've still got 6 2/3 of outs left that you can try to creep back into this thing.
Jersey of Lopez flapping in the wind down there.
It's chilly today.
We've seen games like this, Gracie.
My popcorn just blew over. And so did your soda.
I'm used to a very controlled environment here. Very spoiled Arizona. And my goodness, stuff everywhere.
I mean, you got to clean your soda up. Popcorn's all over. Do you have a vacuum cleaner?
Good to get a shot of Scott Snyder as well in the process there. Connor lines it left field. Off the top of the wall. We missed a homer by a yard. Hustling on around, slide, 1 run back. You got to do it one at a time. There's 1 back.
That's exactly right. Just another crisp, quick swing. And an absolute rocket off the bat of Jackson. Fastball right down the middle. Connor puts a charge into that one off the top of the wall. And that was close to being 2 home runs in 2 days, but the one thing that does, Darren, is that keeps Pinheiro in the stretch. Gives him something else to think about while he's trying to retire Stephen Drew.
And now you got to get 1 or 2 more, though.
Absolutely you do.
He drops a breaking ball in there. 0-1 the count for Connor Jackson, his 7th RBI of the year. Connor Jackson this year with runners in scoring position is 4 for 6. That's a good 1-2 punch right there at the top of the order.
Don't you think? I like Connor Jackson behind Felipe there. Oh, boy, Drew had a good pitch to hit. Took a good pass at it, fouled it.
Well, you look at Connor and you see his career, and you talk about the on-base percentage, the lack of strikeouts. You know, a slugging percentage certainly that's respectable to put with that on-base percentage. It's a good number 2 choice.
You can just do a lot of things with him. See if Drew can keep the line moving.
Breaking ball is low. 1-2 the count.
That's what I was talking about earlier, Darren. You get a run or 2 here, run or 2 there. Next thing you know, you look up, it's in the 6th inning, and you've got the tying run at the plate. What the heck was that?
I don't know, but I hope it works. Very concerned seeing that.
I wasn't a fan.
Claws coming onto the screen.
You know how I am about that stuff.
He's sinking his claws into anything that gets in the way. I nearly hit him in the foot. Hey, listen, right now as we talk about claws and the nails coming out and the nerves that go along with being a baseball fan, nothing like the nerves that are surrounding our good friend and associate producer, Gregson Frampton. He and his wife Samantha, Sam, they are in the hospital now. They are watching the game on cable and inducing.
Oh, congrats,
Little
guys.
boy is on the way.
Go get him.
High fly ball right field. Connor tags. The play is made. Jackson on his way to 3rd and is in there standing up. Hey, you got to get 1 more. There we go.
That's, oh, what a beauty.
So many blessings, Gregson and Sam. And thoughts and prayers are with you. And Gregson will talk to you again when your life returns in about 18 years. Like the rest of us, we speak from experience.
That's right.
It's the best. All right, got to get 1 more, Mark Grace. That man in scoring position with 1 out. Got to.
Now Tracy along with Felipe Lopez have been the hot hitters in this Diamondback lineup. Tracy hitting .320. And there's the story.
That one is belted into the gap. It goes. They got 1 more. Chad Tracy rolling on around into second with a stand-up double. It's now 6-2, and the deficit is 4. And another runner in scoring position with 2 outs for Mark Reynolds.
3 doubles this inning for the Diamondbacks. And those 2-out RBI doubles. I mean, bang, misses his spot, tried to come inside. And Chad Tracy put a charge into that one. Another short, quick swing, and another rope. Now Mark Reynolds with an opportunity. Oh, this could turn into a big inning here if Mark Reynolds could square him up.
Breaking ball is away. 1-0 the count. He didn't even truly have to square a ball up last night and still hit it 15 rows deep. That one is belted. Right center field. Deep! Gone! baseball game.
You are looking at one very strong young man, ladies and gentlemen. Man, was that ball tattooed. He's got a pretty good idea. That's a long ways out there. That's easily about 435 feet. And a ball about thigh high and out over, and just mashed out into right center field. My goodness, Mark Reynolds, did he put a charge into that one.
Into a fluttering wind to the opposite field. Up and over a wall. It's about 30 feet high on a line. What back-to-back nights, Mark Reynolds announcing that the power is going to return, his second home run of the year. Hit hard on the ground, diving attempt and a base hit for Chris Young. And Justin Upton with a chance to tie this baseball game up. And better set for Justin the way he's going. Just keep the merry-go-round rolling.
Yeah, if you're Justin's a lot like, well, Mark Reynolds or Chris Young or Chad Trace again on down the line. He doesn't have to swing hard to hit the ball hard. If he just makes a nice short pass at it, puts good wood on it, he'll hit lots of home runs. We know that. We're going to have a meeting on the mound. Dave Duncan, the pitching coach, has to go out there thinking, what happened? Weren't we just ahead 6-0?
Felipe Lopez with one out, got it going. Telephone rings down in the Diamondbacks bullpen. Bullpen coach Glenn Sherlock starting to move around as well. He's got Petit.
Well, just in case these next two hitters get on base, they're going to probably need a pinch hitter. So Petit, who has been up already, shouldn't take too long to get loose. Boy, you talk about lightning in a bottle.
0-1 the count to Justin Upton. Justin walked back in the second inning. Has reached in his last 3 plate appearances. Going back to last night, 1-1 the count. Waves at a slider away, 1-2 the count.
He opened up on that one. The front shoulder flew as well as the front hip. He couldn't reach that outside breaking ball. Good pitch from Pinheiro.
7 hits for the Diamondbacks and 6 for the Cardinals. 6-4 the score. There goes Chris Young. He's on the move. That one lifted. Very shallow left field. The play is made by Chris Duncan. We officially have ourselves a new ball game. And for the 3rd consecutive season, we've got the Sheriff.
really sad, and you know, it's something that really needs to be brought to attention, and it's something that the players who are playing now, you know, when the guys like me and Chris Young and my brother and guys like that are on our way out, there should be a new group of kids coming in, and that's our job.
Very well said by Justin Upton. A very responsible statement and an accountable statement for a 21-year-old young man, an African-American man. Grace, you and I talked about it last night, not only on this very strong subject, but on the subject of himself and his struggles. He was reflective and deep and had some things to say yesterday, and that's when that conversation occurred. Had some things to say about himself as well.
Well, he is certainly a kid that we're going to see around here for a long time. We've met Mr. and Mrs. Upton, his mom and dad, BJ and Justin. Great upbringing, responsible upbringing. He's all ready to, let's go. When we're done, let's bring more.
He is on the move. He's going to hustle as Schumacher hustles himself. Upton Appleton fires it back in, and so a double for Skip Schumacher. And I would imagine that bullpen might move some more. We'll see.
I don't know how much longer you can stay with Garland. He obviously doesn't have his best stuff today. Your offense just got you 4 runs. You can't afford to give any more back. You got to try to keep that momentum somehow, some way.
Colby Rasmus. As that one bounces in there. Doug Slayton starts to windmill around that arm and get loose out there.
Which pretty much means this is going to be Garland at least till the number 5 hitter, Chris Duncan.
Bouncing ball, again a baseball pull that moves the runner to third. Quality baseball as we roll the Aflac trivia question into your living room.
Aflac!
Jackie Robinson played what position in his April 15th, 1947 Brooklyn Dodger debut?
I wasn't born then, but
first and second base throughout his career.
I was going to say, I remember from what I read and what I see on the baseball history programs that he was a second baseman. That was skied foul.
The count to Pujols. All Major League Baseball players wearing number 42 today in the honor of Jackie. Bouncing ball. Boy got him to chase a pitch low. And he put it on the ground. 0-2.
Well, even the great ones, Darren, get a little over anxious. Albert Pujols chased a ball up in the zone, and skied it foul, and then chased one down. So he could easily be sitting 2-0, but instead he's 0-2. Boy, if you could find a way to dodge this bullet, you're way ahead of the game if you're John Garland.
1-0-2. That got a lot of home plate.
That looks like Tony Pena, and he almost got a mouthful of baseball right there.
This is again Albert with 2 strikes this year. He struck out once in 15 times heading into that count. The 0-2. Nice job blocking that one up. Giving it a try with a breaking ball. 1-2 the count. 6-4 the score. As Gracie spoke of, the priority getting the team back in the dugout while they're still hitterish.
Absolutely.
The 1-2. In 2-2 the count. A pretty good start to the year for Albert, I'd guess, with runners in scoring position. Those are coach pitch, T-ball numbers.
They are. Oh, look at that wind whipping these guys around out there.
Bouncing ball. Just drove that run in. And
that's how you play it. That's how you play
it. 12 RBIs this year for Pujols.
Just so fundamentally sound. You know, Albert, yeah, he did his job. He got the job done by not striking out. He's not happy about that. He'd rather gotten a base hit, of course, but that RBI is up there for the rest of his life. And you get some momentum back after a 4-run inning from the Diamondbacks. Man, played a guy with a double, a get him over, and a get him in.
Two 2-0 the count to Ryan Ludwig with a breaking ball that misses away. So St. Louis now 7-4. They've scored a run in the second, 5 in the third. And then 1 here in the fourth. The Diamondbacks tried to answer with 4 in the third inning.
This could be the last pitch or the last batter if Ludwig's not retired. Somehow that was called a ball, and that's probably going to be it for Garland. With the left-hander Slayton ready for the left-hander Duncan.
Left fielder Chris Duncan.
Looks like Melvin's going to stay with Garland.
Lefty is ready. Something told Bob Melvin to stick with the veteran right-hander here. We'll see how it works out.
Duncan singled and doubled off Garland today.
Big shift on the infield, a couple of steps around. The outfield is deep for Duncan. And that one is high. 1-0 the count. Leo Green, Yadier Molina, they wait behind. Now with the count 1-0, Brian Price comes out.
Bob Melvin was just love for Garland to find a way to get through this. He's due up second in the bottom half of this inning, and then maybe he can just pinch hit for him then instead of use and then go to his bullpen next inning rather than go to it here and then have to use and waste one of his bullpen guys for 1/3 of an inning.
As one of the members of the bench brigade looks on. And I'm sure that played in and weighed in his decision. Ryan Roberts just behind the skipper. Two 2-0 the count. A changeup there on 1-0. Duncan, as you mentioned, Gracie drove in a pair. He's got 7 runs batted in this year. Batting average now up to .333. Another changeup, 3-0 the count, away. He's going to walk him, huh?
Certainly looks like it.
And face Khalil Green, who has grounded out twice to short. That's the decision. Instead of making the move to the bullpen, they walk Duncan.
Well, now Bob Melvin's going to come get the left-hander. Come get Garland. Fits the right-handed Green. Okay.
Our APS rooftop solar camp. And of course, remind all of you as well, please have or install yourself solar panels on top of your home. Interesting development, no doubt about it, to watch Garland stay in to face the lefty, but then eventually just walk him intentionally. I mean, it was an unintentional, intentional walk after the discussion, and now the lefty comes on where he's facing a right-hander.
There's Doug Slayton throwing the ball a little bit better of late. Had a rough go earlier this year. Had a dominating inning last night. Yeah, just certainly not by the book here in the top of the fourth here for Bob Melvin and the Diamondbacks. One thing we know about Bob Melvin, there's a method.
See if he can get that team back in the dugout, his Diamondbacks, as that one is topped foul. And that's how you get hitters from both sides out if you're left-handed. Keep it down in the zone, keep it away, keep it out of that swing path, and a good first pitch.
Put a little sink on that first pitch, get him to top it. And you jump ahead, now you can use your whole arsenal.
Oh, 0-1 to count. Last two outings, Slayton very solid. No runs allowed in 2 outings. No hits allowed. 0 for 6 opponents against him. Outside. And the numbers have been bucked by Slayton this year. Righties 0 for 4 against him. Lefties 3 for 7. And that's 1 week in. The 1-1. Another good pitch down and away.
Beautiful slider there. Right over the top of it goes Khalil Green. I was thinking, was that a changeup down, or was that more the breaking ball? It might have been a changeup.
Yeah, if it was a breaking ball, it, as you said, I think correctly that he just got on top of it. Either way, perfect spot for it. The 1-2 is low. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Cardinals answer right back with a run in this inning. And it unfortunately is on the line for John Garland. Schumacher with a double. Rasmus, a ground out, moved him over. Pujols, a ground out to short, driving in a run. And Ludwig and Duncan both walked. As this game just flies along. The 2-2. Outside, 3-2 the count. We were talking about Gregson Frampton, our associate producer, he and his wife. We mentioned it earlier in the telecast, inducing today. Their son is actually now a year old. As this game just moves along. High fly ball, center field. Young going back. Leaping. Unbelievable play. Chris Young just saved a couple of runs. And he also saved the bacon of a certain left-handed pitcher. All right, boys, got to go to hit. Go to hit. It's the Gila River Casinos hit and win sign in the fourth inning. Lucky fan watching on Fox Sports Arizona will win $80,000. The jackpot grows by 10 grand every time the prize goes unclaimed. For official rules and to find out more, visit dbacks.com/hit and win. dbacks.com/hit and win. Randy West playing for 80 grand.
Good luck, Randy.
That one dives down and away to Chris Snyder. 1-1 the count. One and two. Chris 2 for 17 out of the gates to start the season. Just off the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. One National League game today. Colorado has beaten the Cubs at Wrigley. That one in the books. 5-2 the final score there. So the Rockies get back to 500 at 4-4. San Diego's 6-2. They've won 5 games in a row. They are at Citi Field tonight against the Mets. San Francisco visits Los Angeles. San Francisco 2-5. LA 5-3. That one is fouled off, and to the backstop it goes. Tough start, Mark Grace, for those Cleveland Indians.
Ooh. Yuck. Although they won this afternoon, 5-4 in Kansas City.
Handful of American League games.
Love going to the out-of-town scoreboard.
Good to have you with us. As that one is rolled foul. And technically a good day for the Nationals. You see, they were rained out.
They don't get to lose today, huh?
So they remain 0-7. Poor Nats.
Big Adam Dunn over there, our old buddy.
Outside.
Doesn't seem to be helping much.
No, but you can't help but wish him well.
Well, you can't. You know, they got some guys that can hit. Zimmerman, Kearns, Dunn. Just can't pitch.
Snyder putting in a bat on him. 3-2 the count. Pitch number 10 about to come on. They sent Lastik's Millage down to the minor leagues as well the other day.
I was shocked by that.
You know what? You're terrible. I'm just flat out calling you out for that one. Ryan Roberts waits on deck. Line drive. Foul ball. 11 pitches is next. Four pitches from Pinheiro. $11 though in this at bat right now. Wow. I guess he called it low, and in the end, 11 pitches and a great at bat as he earns a walk.
Boy, good sign.
Our Chaz Roberts cool play of the game, brought to you by Chaz Roberts, air conditioning and heating.
It was cool, and it was pretty big too, Darren. That saved 2 runs. He doesn't make that play. It's a 9-4 game at least. Now the Diamondbacks with a leadoff base runner, and Ryan Roberts going to get his turn.
Got a hit last night, ran the bases with aggression. Actually earned a walk last night, picked up his first major league hit on opening day, earned a walk. $7-4 the score. A little bit of big league time with Texas and Toronto prior to this. Inside. 2-1 the count. He's always fun, Roberts is to run into, because every single day is like Christmas Day to him. Being here wearing that uniform. It doesn't wane one bit. Not going one place, he's going another. This morning he was catching bullpens for Diamondback pitchers.
Anything it takes.
The 2-1. But let's be honest, Gracie, as the count runs to 2-2, you love being able to catch in the bullpen and learn how to add to that. Get the extra hitting in and work real hard, but this is when you want to deliver. I mean, this is what makes his day. Getting a one hit in his one chance.
This is his only chance. This is his chance to shine. This is his chance to help the ball club. He was able to lay off a good slider there, 3-2. Decision time now for Bob Melvin. Do you send the runner, Chris Snyder, at first, try to stay out of the double play? You've got a guy that handles the bat pretty well at the plate.
Runner stays put, swings over the top of that one.
Swing at ball 4, unfortunately, so he's a strikeout victim.
Let's answer our Aflac trivia question.
Second baseman, Lopez.
Aflac! position in his April 15th, 1947 Brooklyn Dodger debut. Is it first? It is first.
You know what? That's why he became the great athlete he became.
Because he was initially
He
a
started
first
as a
baseman.
first baseman. It's all starting to make sense now.
Felipe Lopez, fly ball, center field. Win, bringing it back. And sticking with it to make the play. So Lopez finally retired in this game. He stood for 3. Here on Jackie Robinson Day. The bio, most of you know it by now. But as was stated by Tony Clark yesterday, there were more talented players in the Negro Leagues, but Jackie was the complete package.
The 4-sport letterman at UCLA. Do you know the 4 sports, Darren?
Track
and field, baseball,
football.
Do you know the 4th? I do. Just think about it. A 4-sport letterman at a major college. That's amazing.
Well,
enough.
it's ridiculous.
And I think you might be surprised at this, but it's swimming.
Swim.
Holy Moses. Can we order that?
I think you can. You've been here a long time. You're a network caliber
what was
broadcaster.
I don't know what it was, but it looked kind of groovy.
It's like the M&M tumbling caramel sundae.
Caramel. Oh, Darren.
That pitch is high. 2-1 the count. You like that, do you?
Well, the closer we got, it was really gooey.
Good pitch on 2-1. A breaking ball. 2-2 the count. So the count 2-2 on Kojak, as the governor likes to call him.
He's called him that for a while. It's one of my favorite nicknames.
Well, it is.
I think it's one of your favorites too, isn't it?
Well, it is. 3-2. It's the table of good things. Great spot to enjoy a game. Oh, there's a game?
What? A game? I'm looking at that.
That's what they're saying.
That's where they're doing it.
Inside. 3-2 the count. 2 outs. Runner and Chris Snyder will be on the move. Runner goes, bouncing ball, foul ball. All those folks gathered at the ABC Club, the Arizona Baseball Club, enjoying fine eats, beverages,
and a big old dessert.
That is low. That is ball 4. And Stephen Drew has a chance to tie this ball game up, Mark Grace.
Oh, a couple of walks by Pinheiro here in the bottom of the 4th inning. We're already in the bottom of the 4th inning. You got to make a guy pay if he's going to go out there and walk people. You got to make him pay here if you're Stephen Drew.
Steven pops it up. Unable to make him pay that time. Drew grabbed the fork. He grabbed the knife. He just couldn't quite dig in. Back at the ballpark, just a handful of spots for you to come join us next week. And certainly want to thank the good folks at Whirlwind Golf Club for working so hard. The 4th annual Sutton Strokes for Little Folks, Thursday, April 23rd, noon, shotgun out of Whirlwind. Visit SuttonGolf.org or call 480-818-1406. Proceeds benefit SARC, Southwestern Autism Research and Resource Center. We'll see you out there next week. Have some live music in the evening. If you can't make it by, we'll have a nice gathering under the stars, if you will. Come out and enjoy a beverage and toast a good cause.
Rye, sourdough. What kind of
toast? No, toast, like raise a glass.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Sourdough, though, is appropriate because we're on our way to San Francisco.
Ah, that's true. Well, you are.
It's going to be a great weekend that you guys are all going to spend with us in San Francisco. Diamondbacks baseball. Two 2-0 the count. Yusmeiro Petit against Yadier Molina. High pop. A trio of Diamondbacks get to center. Nobody comes up with the baseball. Connor Jackson in the end made a diving attempt.
Well, I think what happened there, that one's eventually going to fall. I think Connor Jackson called for the ball but couldn't get to it. I think Chris Young could have gotten to that ball. Let's see if he calls for it. No, he never calls for it. But that ball just had way too much hang time for somebody not to get there. You got to admire the effort from Connor Jackson.
That ball did hang up forever and a day, though, as you said. And Petit fires it over. Yusmeiro this time through in the rotation will be skipped. That's why we see Max Scherzer going in that ball game on Sunday against Randy Johnson. Over the top of that one.
You going to get your one-on-one with Randy while we're in San Francisco?
Oh, I would imagine. Absolutely. We'll get caught up. There's no doubt about that. Anything you'd like for me to ask him about?
Not necessarily. I mean, I know him very well.
Well, you do.
Played behind him a number of years. Been a guest at his house a handful of times. Even got a ride in his car. Wow.
Breaking ball. 3 pitches. He erases Joe Thurston.
But he seems to just open up to you more than anybody else.
Now that's why we'll talk about the April schedule. 9 of the next 12 games at home for the Diamondbacks. The road trip, of course, this weekend to see Randy and the Giants. 15 of the first 22 games against the West. And then the Cubs come to Chase Field the 27th, the 28th, and the 29th. Bunting, Pinheiro, Petit firing in time, and so a little sack bunt, runner in scoring position for Skip Schumacher. And a nice job, and obviously a good idea there. By the way, when those Cubs come to town, Mark Grace.
Yeah, what's going on?
On Tuesday, the 28th day of April, that debuts the 2009 edition. We got approval for the redhead section. As more wind blows beverages around on Gracie's side of the booth.
Golly. Yeah, we got these windows open.
That one runs inside. But the redhead section has moved this year. It is right up above the visiting bullpen. So you move down a section lower.
Oh, so we can yell at the opponent's bullpen?
You can Philadelphia Philly fan them.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Oh, that promises to be big league.
It promises to be incredible. And visit dbacks.com/redheads. We want to instill it like we did every time. Close to 40 grand raised last year for the Diamondbacks Foundation, thanks to all of you. There's a redhead. T-shirt, of course, you get a T-shirt out of the deal.
Always going to get a different T-shirt every section is, right?
Yes, sir. And every day is a good day to beat the Chicago Cubs, but especially a redhead day.
All redhead days are great days.
Every day at the ballpark's a good day. Over the top of that one. Two and two, the count. Top of the fifth inning.
Already.
The 2-2. Dives down and away. And the count is 3-2.
Another runner in scoring position. Cardinals have been lights out this series in these situations. Let's see if Yusmeiro can put an end to that hot streak. Trying to keep the wind out of her eyes there. I don't blame you. Or maybe just can't bear to watch these Cardinals hit with runners in scoring position.
Only 340 this year. High fly ball right field. Justin Upton fights the sun. Puts it away. We move along to the bottom of the fifth. Already. Last night's victory. The Jackson home run is so far your lead. Text 74499. And there it is. Breaking ball is high. 1-0 the count. Time to get it going here. These two teams will meet up again in the first series after Major League Baseball's All-Star Game is hosted by St. Louis. So when we roll into town, Mark Grace, there will be some exhausted employees.
Oh, I'll bet. If you're someone that likes to attend All-Star games, you can attend there and then stay for the Diamondbacks series.
That's exactly right.
Spend a week in the gateway to the West, I always say. Old Man River.
You do say that a lot, I've noticed, in our first few years together. On the ground, readjusting there is Schumacher, and in time for the out. I've often found it puzzling. Here's Mark Reynolds. What a thing of beauty. His swing, his drive to the opposite field back in the third inning. It's one thing to talk about last night's pinch hit home run that maybe he didn't square up, that he was under just a touch, that sailed out of here. But to go the other way with that kind of authority.
He's just so insanely strong. It's a long, long ways to the opposite field. Diamondbacks still down by a field goal here. Looking for a spark.
Oh, and 2 the count. There's that souvenir. Not only was that a good breaking ball, but he backed off velocity-wise. Had Reynolds way out front of that one.
Well, let's put that at bat behind us. Look at a couple of good swings. Watch how steady the head stays there. The tap, bang. That's last night's long ball. And then here this afternoon, once again, the head stays nice and still. Bang. Eyes stay right on the ball. Beautiful finish.
That pitch is high. Struck out looking in the second inning and then singled in the third inning. As that one dives low, 2-1 the count. It's popped up our way. And it rattles down.
Are you kidding me?
What do you want me to do?
How could you not try for that ball?
I did try. I just missed it. It landed out below. I would have tumbled out of the booth.
A great effort.
That's a great effort. Should be extra bases. He rolls over the way of the wall. How many extra bases? A double for Chris Young. A single and a double now to go along with the strikeout.
No pitch out over the plate. Chris Young, another strong man, just a quick swing. Look how quick that swing was. Didn't overswing and just nailed it. And it's just off to the races. Let's see if the Diamondbacks can do some Cardinal-esque hitting here with runners in scoring position.
Now they played it 4 runs in the third inning, and that's when they pulled themselves back into the ball game. Justin Upton has walked, and he has flied to left field. Pitch has been an Achilles for him, and he waves over it.
That front shoulder flew open again.
On the count. What did he bury that pitch in? Hit his spot. Molina set up in there. Made that pitch so effective. It started over the wide of the plate, and then dove down and in.
Dove. It was gone.
The 0-2. Outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. Chris Snyder. waits on deck. Aaron Sutton, Mark Grace, and you. And we trust that you are so far having a great day. We know that young man is.
Tough not to.
He's at the ball game. Got the hoodie on, fighting off the wind a little bit. Outside.
Justin, very fortunate to be alive after that. Well, what looked to be a perfect pitch. Must have hung just high. Those were fun to hit, those belt tie sliders. Justin took it.
Full count, 2 outs. Got to get one more. See if you can grab one more here at Candlestick Park.
No, Darren, we're at Chase Field.
What? Oh, I thought.
Yeah, this is a home game.
The 3-2. Hanging around. Did you like the stick?
No.
That's what I thought you'd say.
There wasn't one thing I liked about it, other than it was always nice to get dressed down the right field line. Beautiful weather there at the stick. Love those people throwing flashlight batteries at me. Yeah, a lot of memories.
3-2 down. Deep right field toward that wall. Off the base of the wall. Upton into second with the double and an RBI. That's that baseball.
Well, you asked for that run, Darren. You got it. Justin Upton, slowly but surely starting to come around a little bit. Just missed a home run by a couple of feet. But as we said earlier, Darren, you get a couple here, a couple there. The next thing you know, and around the 5th or 6th inning, you're going to get the tying run to the plate. And sure enough, Chris Snyder is that tying run.
And that pitch is high.
Snipe piece, as you like to call him.
One of the better nicknames. As the 1-0.
Well, it is, and on the way out comes Dave Duncan. He's going to have they're going to try to get Pinheiro through the 5th inning if they can, obviously. They got one more out to do that, but he's starting to leave some pitches up. He's walked some people.
Don't forget, by the way, the Justin Upton bobblehead will be given away to the first 25,000 fans at the D-backs Giants game on Saturday, April 25th. The Upton bobblehead is the first in a series of 5+ fans choose which player will be the final bobblehead of the season. Cast your vote today for the fan bobblehead at dbacks.com/bobble. The 1-0. That one a change up and it misses low. 2-0 the count. 102 pitches for Pinheiro. Snyder walked and flied to left field. One more run.
That's an awfully good pitch there. On 2-0, Snyder wasn't able to do anything with that, so just take it and do the best you can. Big Tony Clark is on deck. He would hit for Petit.
Hopped up. Thurston. He puts it away. Diamondbacks get one back through 5, 7-5. St. Louis loses.
Oh, Darren.
It's good to be at the ballpark, isn't it?
Well, it really is now. Look at that.
Look at that gift.
Guys, what do we call this? It takes a. This had to be really heavy. I mean, you're a big man. It takes a lot to. It's called the landslide.
Mr. Woods, we thank you for bringing that by. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.
Theirs is gone, Gracie. They've eaten all of theirs. Our good folks with Levy. And so you dig in, my friend.
I got a plate here.
Oh, whoa.
Whoa. Hey. This.
You're on your own, pal.
Hello?
This is worthy of a look.
Hello? This is a really big hunk of ice cream, man. Well, all the M&Ms are coming off the back. Ugh. I got it. Oh, look what a mess I've made. Oh, Darren.
Don't say mine. Swings over the top of that one. 2-2 the count.
Oh. You know, I send my children to their room when they make messes like this. Jackson Preston, I'm sorry for ever doing that to you. I think I need to spend some time in my room.
That one bounces in there, and the count 3-2. Here's your spoon, though, my friend.
Oh, I'm going to need it. Got it all over me.
I don't know why you thought about cutting any of it off. Just make it your own personal plate. He lost him, and that's ball 4. It was courageous to try, bottom line. And you knew that if it all came together, it might be a thing of beauty, but it wasn't. So what has occurred is just making it his own personal plate, as we talked about. I mean, and what a thing of beauty that is. Here's Albert Pujols. Shot over the head of Mark Reynolds. That one will roll to the corner. Now fun racing around. Let's see if there's a relay to the plate. There is. The throw, not in time. The Snyder snap throw. Pujols is back. And so a walk to Rasmus as he comes all the way around to score. And then a double and an RBI for Pujols, his second RBI of the day and his 13th of the year.
That's twice now that the Diamondbacks have scored in their half of the inning, and right back come the Cardinals to extend the lead. Just a fastball right down the middle, bell tie. We saw the Diamondbacks get away with that earlier. You just can't make a habit of doing that to these guys. They'll kill you.
So another opportunity for the Diamondbacks to inch closer is snatched away by these Cardinals. Look at that swing by Ludwig. Out front of a changeup, 0-1 the count. Ludwig grounded out to third. He singled in a run and he walked. Had him out front, no balls and 2 strikes to count. 8 runs on 9 hits and no errors for the Cardinals. 5 runs on 9 hits and no errors for the Diamondbacks. Pujols chirping a bit with his good buddy Felipe Lopez. He's not so far away. Keeping him close. In, and the count is 1-2. Back to the screen it goes. Would today be a tough day to brave a golf course, wouldn't it, with all this wind? Fred Couples is in the house.
Boom, boom.
Former world #1 and 1992 Masters champ.
Wearing a Cardinal hat. He's a Redbird fan, evidently.
Fly ball, well struck. Into the corner. Catch. Leads. It's gone. And it's 10-5 St. Louis.
Change up in the middle of the zone. Every mistake the Diamondbacks have made today. Cardinals, oh man, bell tied down the middle again. Connor Jackson runs out of room. Now the Cardinals starting to stretch it out.
Outside, 1-0 the count. And for Ludwig, his 3rd home run of the year. He's got 8 RBIs now. One and one the count. As the skipper, Tony La Russa of his club, certainly has the Cardinals off to a surprising start for many this season. 3rd on Major League Baseball's managerial list with 2,467 wins. Looking for one more today. 3-1 the count. Duncan, one of those guys, fun to watch hit. He's just such a big guy. High fly ball. This one is playable for Justin Upton. And the Tucson native, Chris Duncan. And that's the first out.
Wishful thinking. Oh, I love the wishful thinking. Nope, that's only one though.
That's positive. That's a power of positive thought.
Power of positive thinking. Already here in the top of the 6th.
1-0 the count to Khalil Green. Seats it goes. So that'll be an error on Mark Reynolds.
Pitcher Yadier Molina.
And now Yadier Molina. Jose Molina, Benji Molina, Yadier Molina, all Major League catchers. And the story of their father, who was a fabulous second baseman and a baseball player in Puerto Rico. And a dad that, because the boys started to come and support was needed, the dad that gave up a baseball career in order to provide for his family, going to work at a Westinghouse factory down in Puerto Rico. Now he lives each and every moment through all 3 of them, I would imagine. And they live for him.
No. They did each other proud.
But if you talk to Benji, he'll tell you, hey, my mom, she's the one who'll grind me harder than anyone if I'm going in the wrong direction baseball-wise. She knows the sport. She was a great softball player as well.
Really?
Benji, when he looks down and sees that phone, ooh, Dad, okay, I'll get it. Not Mom. I was 0 for 4 last night.
Not going to mess with Mom.
I'm sure Yadier would say the same. 3-1 the count. The ways we entertain ourselves. 3-1 pitch. Ball 4. Brian Price will make a visit. Mark Grace.
Yes?
I'd like for you to read a promo here. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
You can have your ice cream cake and eat it too.
Browse from the largest selection of authentic team gear, official hats, t-shirts, jerseys, and collectibles. Get team gear straight from the source. Visit dbacks.com/shop.
An excellent team read there.
Thank you so much.
Well done.
Thank you. Feeling good about things here in the top of the 6th.
All right, so Joe Thurston struck out back in the 5th inning, popped to second base. Mark Reynolds is in at third on the grass, and that one is low. I might have one more team read for you here in a minute.
Really?
I'm just going to open up the vault for you, my friend.
I don't know what's going on today. The generosity is just so appreciated, Darren.
The 1-0. 2-0 the count.
Well, I guess I'm going to get a few more team reads if Yusmeiro Petit's not going to throw any strikes.
Action in the bullpen. Looks like Bobby Korecki warming out there. Line drive, base hit, center field. Green, who reached on the air, will score. And 11-5, the Cardinals really rolling now.
Number 42, David 3.
Right now, Yusmeiro Petit just everything up in the zone that's in the strike zone. And the Cardinals are certainly teeing off.
David Freese is called upon to pinch hit. So Joel Pinheiro is done. And that one is a strike. Pinheiro, 5 innings, 9 hits, 5 runs, all earned. 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, 104 pitches. He grinded his way through the ball game, and if it holds up, he will be a winner. Couple of runners on. Out front, popped up. 3 Diamondbacks coming together, and it's Chris Young, the center fielder, that makes the play for the out.
Second baseman Skip Schumacher.
And here's Skip Schumacher. There's good and there's good enough, and Pinheiro certainly good enough. On a day that he might tell you wasn't at his best, grinded his way, helped his team out with 5 innings. And his team really helped him out with the 11 runs.
He picked the right day to pitch, didn't he?
He certainly did. Bouncing ball to his right, Felipe Lopez. He bobbles and everybody's safe.
How are we looking?
Unfortunately, like that tumbling ice cream cake right now.
Yeah, exactly. Chopper got an in-between hop, can't come up with it. 2 errors this inning. So Yusmeiro's struggling, but his teammates have helped him struggle a little bit out there this inning.
Bases full of Cardinals, as you saw a moment ago. Just got a note here from our associate producer at FS Arizona, Gregson Frampton. He and his wife Sam inducing and at the hospital today, and the baby was born. And now I got a note the game has taken so long, to quote Gregson, the baby just said its first word, Kojak. So that's good news. it's going to go that way, I would imagine Gubner would be next. That's his favorite nickname. 1-1 the count, bases loaded. We will actually, on a human note, let you know when in fact they are blessed with child.
Speaking of Kojak. Okay. Mercifully, this one is. Let's go to the bottom of the 6th.
11-5. Tony Clark talking about the inauguration this past January of President Barack Obama, the 44th President of the United States. And this ad today in USA Today, which was fabulous.
That's
well
pretty
done.
brilliant, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Talking about Jackie would be proud to be there, but certainly not content. And I think that speaks to the character of Jackie Robinson, living through Tony Clark in that answer.
Tony doesn't look too pleased right now, does he?
Blame him?
No. It's been well, for lack of a better word.
Eric Burns, deep left field. That one is gone.
Offensively, it's been pretty good today, Dan.
Certainly has.
Starting to see Justin Upton come around. Starting to see Eric Burns come around. Still a pretty high mountain to climb, but that's good to see. First pitch fastball down Broadway, and Burns nails it. I think that was the first flying none of the year.
That's true, it was on that follow-through.
Chip Hale likes to call it that.
Home run number 1. 11-6 to score. Changeup is away. 2-1 the count to Felipe. Lopez singled in the first, doubled and scored in the third inning. Has now 6 multiple hit games already this year.
And 3-1. A ball away from getting another base runner. D-backs down 5 here in the bottom of the 6th. And there's your base runner.
Mark McClune standing by. Mark, what do you have?
Yeah, I had a chance to talk to Eric Burns this morning walking around the clubhouse. He was still flying pretty high after last night's walk-off single to win the game for the Diamondbacks. And it said something kind of interesting. He said, you know, this game is so simple at times, and we and I just tend to make it complicated. Now, it's got to be special for Eric Burns to go deep on Jackie Robinson Day, guys. You remember he's a UCLA alum and wrote a paper his senior year on the influence of Jackie Robinson.
Certainly did at UCLA. That was his thesis, and Burns with a home run today. One and 0 the count to Connor Jackson. Walked in the fourth, doubled in the score, doubled in a run in the third. Nice pitch, a sweeping breaking ball all over home plate. And the count 1-1. Connor was teaching us how to hit last year, Gracie, if you remember.
I remember.
Talking about driving that knob at the bat.
Knob right at the baseball.
Help us remember why and what that means exactly.
Well, what that does, it keeps your hands close to your chest. Watch the knob of the bat right there, and he just drives it right towards the baseball and then lets everything follow after that.
I'm always curious about guys with really good eyes, guys with good plate discipline,
okay,
see balls and strikes. There's that one. Again, a good example. Is that strictly something you're born with? I would imagine you were
probably
the same thing.
Yeah, I think probably maybe whoever when you were a little boy, your coach taught you, strikes from balls.
The only reason I ask, when you think about it, Gracie, you being a hitter who had that type of discipline, Connor that type of hitter, it's just fun to watch. It's incredible. Hitters that can take pitches so close that are balls. This is, of course, him attacking the baseball.
He just got a little over aggressive there, swung real hard and got underneath it. And you can see he is very upset with himself.
There was a set of drills that Bob Melvin and Rick Shue, speaking of plate discipline, worked on this spring. I know Bo Mel shared it with us. About breaking balls. And the guys who battled the strikeouts. As that one is in the hands. And under the glove of Thurston. Lopez out front. Brew right behind. Runners on second and third for the Diamondbacks. And just one out. Well, here we go.
May be the shortest double ever hit. But a double, they're going to give that an error. That's an interesting, that's not an easy play. But they're calling it an error. I guess that certainly was catchable, but Diamondbacks will take it. Second and third and one out. Now Chad Tracy with an opportunity off a left-hander. That's how you do that. Lay off that pitch, make it 1-0 instead of 0-1, Darren. And Chad Tracy can hit anybody's fastball. But he's got to be able to lay off those sweeping breaking balls down and away from the lefties. That's the key.
High fly ball, shallow right. Ludwig makes the play. The throw to the plate occurs. They got the runner at third. The run does count, but they got Stephen Drew at third. Wow.
Well, it's just not the smartest base running play right there. It's a nice play by Pujols, but no need to be tagging there from second.
Back of the ball yard, 11-7 the score. Albert Pujols, we talked about it yesterday, Gracie, prides himself in defense.
Well, he used to be a third baseman. He throws Stephen Drew out. The last out made it third. Yeah, I got a cannon as well. Used to play outfield, third base. Just an interesting choice of tagging up and going to third there. But the run did count, so it's 11-7 now.
And he leads it off. High drive down the left field line, heading into the corner as Burns. He's got room against Bobby Korecki, who has come on out of the bullpen for the Diamondbacks. And Pujols just missed a home run. See the numbers for Korecki. Yeah, the umpire, you're right, Tim Welke. They do such a nice job keeping an eye on timing of everything. He made a point, Gracie, as you said. All right, you got him at third. But boom, that run's counting no matter what happens.
And all you young players run as hard as you can through home plate, even if you see the ball get cut off. Because in situations like that, the runner behind you might be tagging too. You want to make sure you get across home plate before that out is made at third. Gas.
2-1 the count from Korecki. Opportunity for him. This is what makes the game of baseball great. A game that has been, let's be honest, sloppy times. I would imagine for Bob Melvin, tough to watch. Well, it's an opportunity for that man right now in the middle of the diamond to earn some more important innings. Belted down the line and into the seats it goes. Goodness.
I'll tell you what, these Cardinal bats have made some loud sounds today. 11 runs through 6 innings. Pujols a ball to the wall that was caught. Now a ball into the bullpen, just foul off the bat of Ludwig.
You're afraid to make somebody move their feet. Very comfortable in the batter's box as well. Belt, left field. Wow. Eric Burns, as only he can make a play, makes it.
Left fielder Chris Duncan.
Korecki 2 balls to the track, but yet 2 outs into the glove of Eric Burns.
Fastball 92 miles an hour rides away. Bobby claimed off of waivers from the Twins on February the 18th. 129 saves in 6 minor league seasons, so he has pitched in crunch innings in the minor leagues, in the Twins and in the Phillies organization.
Nice change up there from Korecki.
Picked in the draft, Phillies 19th pick in 2002 out of the University of Michigan. That one is dry. That's deep right field. Just enough to sides. It gets by. Ups right back up. Big Chris Duncan heading to third. In he goes with a triple.
Well, another ball to the track. This time Justin Upton gives it all he's got. Comes up a little short. Now it's time to track it down.
Everything hit hard against Bobby in this inning. as that one misses away. Last May 19th, he made franchise and personal history. He got his first major league win over the Rangers. He became the first Twins pitcher to get a hit since the inception of the DH rule. So he can hit as well. Seems like so can the Cardinals. That one lands in the glove of Chris Young.
Us at 74499.
Certainly enjoying your votes for Connor Jackson and his big walk-off home run.
We agreed on that, didn't we, D-Side?
Yes, we did, although the more you support it, the more I tend to want to change my mind. As that one pours in there, and 1-0 the count. That one
just
skitters on by and goes right to the backstop. 11 runs, 12 hits, and an error for the Cardinals. 7 runs and 10 hits and 2 errors for the Diamondbacks. Stay tuned this inning. We'll go to the out-of-town scoreboard. As that one sails high and inside.
One down and away, one way up and in. Molina's going to go out there to his young right-hander, Perez, to try to keep me in my crouch. Whoa!
Inside again, and he loses it.
Well, that's how good innings start right there with the leadoff base runner.
Big right-hander Chris Perez, 23 years old, did some time in the 9th inning last year as a closer. Don't forget about the tacos, by the way. 6 runs or more for the Diamondbacks tomorrow. Free 2 tacos. Is it 2 or 3? I forget. 2. 3 tacos with a purchase of a large soda, between 4 and 6. So you know what? You have that going for you, folks.
And what the Diamondbacks have going for them is a very wild right-hander out on the mound right now. He's missed with 5 straight pitches So you got to be taken here, don't you, Darren?
Yes.
There, he got the strike in there. 94 miles an hour, throwing hard.
You know, you remember some of the time he did as a closer last year. He's got that arm. There's no doubt about that. Barton is now at third. Thurston moves over to second. Schumacher is in left field. Perez is on the mound. The 2-1. 2-2 the count.
Got him to chase ball 3 up and out. .3-mile-an-hour fastball.
65 saves as a pro coming into this year. Cardinals supplemental pick in 2006 for the loss of Jack Morris. Or I should say Matt Morris, not Jack Morris. Jack retired a few years prior to.
He was a great one. Good to see La Russa got a pick out of that.
Boy, was he great against Smoltz in '91.
Troy's been tooling around the minor leagues since then. Gas.
He got him with a fastball and a strikeout.
Defensive changes for St. Louis this inning. Moving from second base to left field, number 42, Skip Schumacher. Moving from third base to second base, number 42.
Perez bats in the 5-hole, by the way. Barton now bats 9th.
Now pitching, batting 5th, number 42, Chris Perez.
Come on, give me something good. No news, by the way. No baby news. If you've been watching us throughout our telecast this afternoon.
Frampton's, their son is still in his happy place. Doesn't want to come out yet?
Not yet. No word from associate producer Gregson Frampton and post-game show producer, he and his wife Sam.
Remember those days when you were expecting a baby, you had to get up and walk around the hospital with your wife? I got tired. Right down the middle. Justin took it.
One and two the count.
We just got it thrown right by him there.
Catcher, Chris Snyder.
And here's Chris Snyder. Gracie, they're working on in the truck, a cell phone poll on what Gregson and his wife should name their child. Could it be Gubna? Gubna Frampton?
Gubna Frampton? That's a possibility. It's got a good ring.
Augie Frampton.
Augie Frampton. We're gaining on things.
Over the inside corner.
Oh, you know, the famous Frampton, Peter.
Many think Gregson is the famous
Well,
Frampton.
great point. I've seen Peter lately, and I think Gregson is now the famous Frampton.
Your choices are snide peas, Gubna. Of course, that's with an A there. We respectfully, the Gubna. 74499. Snide piece, Kojak, or Gubna. That one is fouled back.
I think I'm going to go with ace.
Three and two.
Runner will be on the move.
Well, he will. 11-7 the score. A couple of the great nicknames, and then the fine radio voice of the Diamondbacks. Hit hard on the ground, but right to Garland, who shoots it on across. We're playing baseball, we're naming babies, and we hope you're hanging with us. Arizona presents D-backs baseball and brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. Glad to have you back at the ballpark as this game approaches the 3-hour mark.
For St. Louis catcher Yadier Molina.
Yadier Molina will lead things off. 18 runs, 22 hits, and 3 errors between.
A lot of base runners.
Molina fouls that one off of Chris. And the count 0-1.
Long day just gets a little longer when you take a foul tip like that.
The 0-1. Wrecking ball is away. 1 ball and 1 strike to count.
Good pitch there. Didn't get the call.
Well, you talk about this day for Molina. The 3 hits, the walk. Batting average up to .333 on the season. Inside.
A little chilly here at the old ball yard.
It's like a shot of old Tiger Stadium there.
Good.
As that one is in. And that is ball 4. 11-7 the score. Take a look at our Geico quote of the game on this Jackie Robinson day.
What do we got?
My selfish objective is to win baseball games. Branch Rickey on the signing of Jackie Robinson.
Amen.
Jackie, of course, we talked about at UCLA, the complete package, not only athlete, but man, gentleman, scholar, the patience to handle it. Football, basketball, baseball, and track, but also to cap off his collegiate career, he won swimming championships. And he reached the semifinals of the National Negro Tennis Tournament and won the 1940 NCAA long jump title.
Golly. He could beat you at everything then.
Yes.
Everything.
Fly ball center. Chris Young marks the wind and is there to make the play for the out. Now I think about playing on for Arizonans anyway, what is a chilly Arizona day. And as much as we've had fun with the fact the wind is blowing around, it's kind of fun.
I think it's great.
It's kind of fun.
You just don't get many days like this during the season in Arizona. It's usually warm. And obviously during the hot months, the roof is closed. But yeah, you don't expect to have a jacket on or something to that effect. Smile. Oh, lady's looking nice today.
0-1 the count to Brian Barden.
Hey, now we're talking. Yeah, drink up, boys. Get a big old fist. Enjoying the ball game. That's big league. Pretty good pitch there. Didn't get the call.
Well, still 4 runs to crawl back up that ladder. But 6 more outs to play with. Crazy as it seems, it's already the 8th inning. Bouncing ball, diving attempt. It's off the glove of Reynolds. It skitters into shallow left field. And Molina heads all the way to third. So for the Cardinals, runners on first and third with 1 out.
It's one of those days for the Diamondbacks offensively. It's been pretty good. Defensively, you make the great effort like this, right off the glove, right there, no man's land. Everybody moves up. You love the effort there by Reynolds. Just seemed to have trouble getting a hop go your way.
Korecki continues to grind, and he fires a strike in there to Skip Schumacher. Tigers had a good day today.
Really?
Chicago White Sox came to town. They blanked them 9-0. Inside with a breaking ball. Armando Galarraga continues a great start to the year. He has allowed just 1 run all year.
He's a good one.
He's 2-0 with a .68 ERA.
He's come a long way from his days as the Colorado first baseman.
Not the same player.
Oh. Not the big cat?
Not the big cat.
Oh.
Armando, 27 years old, out of Cumana in Venezuela, as that one misses. 2-1 the count. An even better day to be a Cleveland Indian, as we talked about. It's been a tough way to start the year, but the Indians on the road. Boy, the Royals' new ballpark looks great, by the way. Now they have taken...
Where'd you go there?
Watched it on television.
Oh, okay.
They have taken, as that one is lifted to center field while struck, and the play is made. They have taken their ballpark and taken the grassy areas in left center and right center as another run scores, and it's 12-7. Put seats out there, great venues. They make it look like a brand new ballpark, and the Diamondbacks will be heading to Kansas City this year.
Darren, when was the last time you were at Royal Stadium?
It's been within the last few years. I have been in the last few years for interleague action, so let's say 2006.
I think the last time I was there was probably either 02 or 03, and I think that ballpark was built back in the 60s. Am I correct?
Royal Stadium. Sure, it goes back to then.
You would swear it's about 8 years old is all. It is a gorgeous ballpark, and it's still well kept. It looks almost brand new.
Well, the Diamondbacks will be there the 16th, the 17th, and the 18th of June.
And when I was back in Chicago this last weekend, got a chance to sit and talk with Ozzie Guillen, the manager of the White Sox. He said the team to watch out for this year is the Kansas City Royals. He said they're going to be much improved. They got some pitching.
With the loss, they're off to a 5-4 start as Korecki bounces that one in there, and it goes to the backstop.
Gil Mesh,
2-0 the count.
Zach Greinke, Kyle Davies throwing the ball very well. It's going to be a pretty good ball club this year.
Don't forget to join us for Quest Diamondbacks Live. Gracie and I will sum up the ball game in the afternoon, if in fact I'm still here. Bob Melvin and player reaction, and also Tony Clark remembers Jackie Robinson. Three 3-0 the count. Zach Greinke, Davies, Mesh, Sidney Ponson, Sir Sidney.
Sir Sidney's there too?
Sir Sidney. Horacio Ramirez. And there is a strike. Joaquim Soria. He can bring it to closer.
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited to go to KC this summer.
KC's a good town. Good barbecue.
Gates Barbecue. That one is popped up. The trio of Diamondbacks get together, and Eric Byrne puts it away. When we come back, we'll talk about the Red Sox-A's game. As you look at the Nova Home Loans in-game box score, some offense awakening today for the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, it's good to see. Lopez continues to shine. Tracy continues to shine. Got a home run out of Eric Burns. RBI double out of Upton. So some guys starting to turn things around. Some guys like Mark Reynolds. Home runs in back-to-back games. So there's some good things.
Wow. Garland up and across. What a dig by Albert Pujols. Both corners put a star on both sides. Wow.
Martin, an excellent glove, man. That ball was scalded, and he's able to knock it down, get up, get it across the diamond. Eric Burns robbed of a base hit.
And here's Felipe Lopez. Walked and scored in the 6th inning, flied to center, doubled and scored, and singled. That pitch from Perez is inside. On the black at 93 miles an hour. Tim Wakefield won for the 179th time in his major league career today as he went the distance, beating Oakland. 8-2, the Red Sox won it.
Been a rough go for the Red Sox early.
It has. So they dance with what brought them there, and Tim Wakefield trying to get things back on track.
They lose Josh Beckett for a start. He got suspended for 6 games for throwing at the head of Javier Abreu. You say Felipe Lopez went around.
Right back to the screen, that one goes. It's Matt Cain and Clayton Kershaw tonight in Los Angeles as the Dodgers host the Giants.
A couple of young, talented pitchers there.
The 2-2. High, 3-2 the count.
He's still into the ball game.
You bet he is.
Atta boy.
Easing on down. You know what? Getting some.
Hey, guys.
Those are future announcers, right? I mean, they know when the red light's on.
Oh, man. And they got some good seats.
Lopez lines it the other way. There to make the play for the out is Schumacher. Speaking of youngsters and names, we have had a little bit of fun with our good friend and associate producer Gregson Frampton, who is with his wife, Sam. They are inducing their first child, bringing him into the world. We had a little fun with some of our team nicknames. Chris Snyder, Connor Jackson, or the fine voice on radio, the Governor. And the Governor probably glad to be left off of that.
I think Greg will be very happy that the Governor will not be. It will be Snide Piece Frampton. Oh, can't wait to see that birth certificate.
Oh, and 1 to count. Augie Ojeda pinch hits.
Well, fans have spoken, Darren.
Well, they have. We move along through 8. The Cardinals on top. sending over the, what was it called, Gracie? The avalanche? Or the
avalanche or something like that. It was pretty good. I had about 3 bites of it and I was done.
Incredible. The landslide, I'm told.
Landslide, that's what it was. It was delicious. Had some macadamia nuts in there.
Did it really?
Oh, yeah. I like macadamia nuts. You?
Well, it's the official nut of Hawaii, so of course. Scott Schoenweiss takes over. The new grad and the veteran left-hander. He goes to work. Yankees and Tampa tied up at 3 apiece in the bottom of the 8th inning.
On a day when everybody is number 42, and rightfully so.
Albert Pujols. Strike 1 from Schoenweiss.
See, Darren, everybody's number 42 today.
Ah, that's great.
On the pitching line there. It's kind of cool.
Goodness.
That a boy, Mark Reynolds. That'll teach Albert Pujols to hit it hard to you. Boy, if you don't catch this, you're spitting teeth. Albert Pujols is just incredible. It's been fun to watch him these 3 games, hasn't it?
Yes,
Offensively and defensively. And an even better human being.
Yeah, we found out, as Albert shared with us, about his friendship with the Diamondbacks' Felipe Lopez. Didn't know that they were that close from their time last year. Felipe probably in pretty good hands if he needs advice. Sure, Albert proud of his buddy's start to the year, as that one is rolled foul. Did I get Mark McClune down there?
I think it got, I'm not sure who that got. I think I might have got Mickey, our cameraman. Mickey, did that get you?
No.
Oh?
Did it get our MLB authenticators?
The statistic? Or they get the important baseballs, or if it's a milestone, something or other?
Yes.
You know, I bet you they got Burnsy's first home run of the season.
They probably
to
have that one.
authenticate it. What do you think?
Well, I think we have a man on the scene. We need some answers. Popped up. Felipe Lopez is there, and he makes the play. Our Quest primetime performer today is Ryan Ludwig. Singled in a run, he walked, and he also homered in this game. And a nice game. Schoenweiss' last 3 appearances, he has been unscored upon after giving up a home run on opening day. So settling in nicely.
Going through the heart of the Cardinal order. Pujols, Ludwig. Now Brendan Ryan.
Ryan breaks his back. Out to Felipe Lopez, right through the wickets. And an error on the Diamondbacks.
It's the 3rd error of the afternoon for the D-backs. That's the 2nd for Felipe Lopez. He just thinks it's going to, it's right in his, he thinks it's going to come up, and it just hugs the ground. His Not a hole big enough to crawl in when that happens to you. And I'm sure Khalil Green, since he's 0 for 5, would have been more than happy to just have that ball being out in front of him and maybe not get this 6th at bat.
Well, he gets one more chance, though, Mark Grace.
Probably be saying, well, hit it hard, but make it out. I really don't need a 6th at bat.
Scott dives it down and in, and the 0-2 runs to 1-2. Scott first broke into the big leagues with the Angels in the late 90s. He used a little bit more sink on the ball. As he's become a left-handed specialist, you see a lot of straighter fastballs and sliders. A bit more velocity on it.
Called on today to get a bunch of right-handers out, though, today.
I guess just restore some sort of order, huh?
Well, just to get him some work.
Not a bad pitch away, and the count 2-2 to Khalil Green. Scott's 35 years old, out of Long Branch, New Jersey. You can see in his career certainly a dramatic difference. In, and the count 3-2. Runner will take off. There goes the runner. That one is a fly ball into right center field. Chris Young on the move, and he holds on. One last chance for the Diamondbacks in the bottom half of the 9th inning. Grand slam will tie it. No, need 5. Properly set, 5 to tie. My apologies, folks, as we went to break. And because I made a mistake, I'm bringing in Mark Grace for the final read.
What? Get tickets to the new all-you-can-eat section at Chase Field. Get a club-level ticket, plus all your favorite ballpark food. Unlimited hot dogs, Pepsi, popcorn, chips. Tickets start at just $30. Call 602. Excuse me, I'm not done yet.
Oh.
Call 602-514-8400 or visit dbacks.com/all-you-can-eat.
Well done.
Ah, thank you. Thank you. all you can eat, Darren.
Uh-huh.
Is that landslide on there?
I don't think so.
I don't know if I could eat all
I
that.
think that's a specialty item. Jason Mott comes on.
Another hard thrower. A lot of good arms on this Cardinal team. A lot of guys are throwing the mid to high 90s.
Is that one a changeup that misses away? Blankets and rally caps, the order of business here today at Chase Field. Bouncing ball, Albert down to a knee, flips to Montgomery, covering the former catcher turned pitcher. In time for the out.
And unfortunately for Stephen Drew, that's a size 5 collar he's got to wear today, 0 for 5.
Let's take a look at Albert here.
Watch everything stay down. The knee's bent, everything stays down. The hand on top of it. Perfectly executed right there by Albert Pujols. He'll get the hang of it one of these days.
That's what we were saying last night that Albert told me yesterday. I now am at the point in my career where I put in more work on my defense daily than I do my hitting. 40, 50, 60 ground balls a day with Jose Oquendo, and sometimes at 1:30 in the afternoon when he gets here before anyone else gets out there.
He'll take some ground balls at shortstop. Here's the old secret weapon, Jose Oquendo. Look out.
Albert gives a lot of credit too, by the way, of keeping the pace car, if you will. You know, when you're a teammate and you do things a certain way, you want someone else to push you in the same way. He says, when I was a teammate with David Eckstein, he just would never, ever, if he went out and did that much work, I had to do that much. Vice versa, we pushed one another. Isn't that funny? Totally different skill sets than anyone could imagine, but yet they pushed one another. Made by Khalil Green.
And the boys in white down to their final out.
Mark Reynolds is the man with the opportunity. He homered in the 3rd inning. Fly to center field, struck out and walked as well. 4th career home run against Cardinals pitching in 15 games. Mott with a fastball, fires it over the outside corner. A high strike at 95 miles an hour. And Jason Mott continues just to pour it in. The 0-2. Slider misses away. .188 he hit as a catcher in 3 seasons. The Cardinals said, let's try you on the pitching mound. And here he is after struggling as a minor league hitter. Bounces in there with the slider. Don't forget this weekend. Well, we're certainly excited to spend this weekend with you in San Francisco. Miller Lite What's on Tap will be with you Friday. Dan Herron and Jonathan Sanchez. Radio only on Saturday. And then Max Scherzer and Randy Johnson on Sunday. Max looking for victory number 1. Randy for 296. And that will do it. And so the Diamondbacks have 9 home games to open their season. And they managed just a single win in each series. A really disappointing and tough opening.